better we could access it. Okay, so let us begin this session now, and we are going to discuss about some of the advantages of reading. हम लोग इतना रीडिंग की बात कर रहे हैं, आखिर रीडिंग का फायदा क्या है? क्यों कोई रीडिंग को सीखेगा? Can you tell me, like, what is the advantage of developing reading skills? Why would somebody care to develop reading skills? Yes, Akshita, please go ahead. You can unmute and speak.
Yes, sir. So, sir, I would like to give that answer in points. My first point would be that it enhances your skills of reading and
Mm-hmm.
it corrects your grammar.
Mm-hmm.
And second point,
I think
my
you're.
second point would be it enhances your focus also. Like you are not when you're reading something, you have to concentrate on the words, some particular words, and that enhances your focus and concentration also on things. And my another point would be it corrects your grammar. Like when you're even talking in English or something, you
Mm-hmm.
have to correct your grammar for that. So I think
Mm-hmm.
reading helps in grammar also, correcting your grammar.
Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. That makes sense. Let me just draw a small diagram here. And I think this will give you some ideas about reading and how reading can be helpful. And let me share my screen as well. Okay. So how can reading, if you are not speaking, you can unmute yourself. There is some background noise here and there. So that will be nice if you just keep your mic on mute in case you are not speaking anything. So let us talk about the advantages of reading. And as you rightly pointed out, Akshita, it gave me an idea. So if you want to develop your English skills, you know, there are two ways to develop it. One is to focus on input oriented skills or learn something, and then to focus on output oriented skills or present something, right? So when we say input oriented skills, I will talk about reading and listening, isn't it? When you are reading or listening, what happens is you gather some content, right? And when you are writing or speaking, you are presenting some content. When you are writing or speaking, you are presenting some content, isn't it? So let's say this is a container. What can come out of this container? What can come out? Only what is there inside this container, right? Now, if I fill this container with some content, that only will come out. Is that right? And what is the way to fill the container? The way to fill the container would be reading and listening, isn't it? If you are a container and if you have to present some ideas, you can develop ideas only through these two ways, isn't it? I can speak only what I know. Can I speak or write something which I don't know? Can I speak or write something which I don't know?
No, sir.
I can't. And how would I know? How would I gather ideas? Can I develop? Can I do a lot of writing and speaking to develop ideas? Some people say by writing you develop ideas. In order to develop your writing skills, you should write. I think in order to develop your writing and speaking skills, you should read and listen a lot. Does that make sense to you? Writing will not help you to develop writing skills. Reading and listening will. It's simple principle of input and then output, isn't it? So Akshita, I agree to you. It helps you to develop your grammar. It helps you to develop your writing skills to a great extent if you read good content. Okay, what other advantages can be there of reading? So let me quickly take you to this. Okay, let me gather it from you itself. Otherwise, I can move on. Yeah, what are the other advantages of reading? It helps you to overcome a lot of fears. Let me hear it from you. What can be the other advantages of reading? भाई हम रीडिंग को क्यों इतना भाव देते हैं? इससे क्या फायदा होने वाला है? ऐसा क्या होगा रीडिंग करके जो बहुत बड़ा चेंज आ जाएगा? इज इट रियली वर्थ इट? क्या हम कोई और चीज कर सकते हैं रीडिंग की जगह पे? क्या या रीडिंग करना बहुत जरूरी है?
So reading improves our understanding.
Reading improves our understanding. Okay.
Expand
Understand.
our vocabulary.
Hmm?
Expand our vocabulary.
It will expand our vocabulary. What else? रीडिंग से क्या फायदा है? तो मैं बताता हूं बड़े 3 फायदे. रीडिंग कैन help you to overcome 3 fears. What are the 3 biggest fears in our life? The first is fear of failure, isn't it? अगर मैं फेल हो गया तो क्या होगा? हमें डर लगता है कोई भी चीज करने से कि अगर हम जो कर रहे हैं वो नहीं मिला तो क्या होगा? Now, how will reading help you to overcome fear of failure? If you read some new content and if you learn it, it gives you a lot of confidence that you can venture into something new and do something on your own, isn't it? Have you seen this gentleman in your life? This guy who is here in this picture. Can you see this guy? How many of you know about him?
So I know about him.
Yes, sir.
Who is he? इन भाई साहब का कुछ नाम वाम जानते हो क्या?
Sir Elon Musk.
He is Elon Musk. He says he learned space science and creating spacecraft. He learns, by the way, he runs his own company by the name SpaceX, right? इन्होंने कई सारे रॉकेट इस तरह से उड़ाए हैं. और he says that he learned about spacecrafts and space science by reading books. Now, can you think somebody, running a company of spacecrafts and spaceships by reading books? He claims it in the interview. Of course, he has not attended any course or anything of that sort. He has learned a lot through books itself. तो अगर कोई बंदा बुक्स पढ़ के स्पेस की कंपनी चला सकता है करोड़ों डॉलर्स की, तो रीडिंग करके क्या नहीं हो सकता? Every single thing which you want to learn is available in books, isn't it? We all wait for a teacher for us to help us learn something, right? But everything is already there in books. So if we can develop this habit, would we be able to overcome this fear of failure? Am I right when I say that reading can help you to overcome fear of failure? This thing which is there. Yeah. So reading can help you to overcome fear of failure. Second, reading can also help you to overcome fear of losing focus. Isn't it? When you read something, you have to be totally engrossed in it. Isn't it? ये भी एक बहुत बड़ा डर है ना आजकल. ये जो इंटरनेट और व्हाट्सएप और दुनिया भर का सोशल मीडिया आ गया है, उससे क्या होता है? हम लोग बहुत जल्दी डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं. लेकिन अगर आप रीडिंग की हैबिट डेवलप करो या रीडिंग को एक जरिया मानो, यू कैन ऑलवेज take reading as a way to overcome this fear of losing focus. Sometimes we do not start anything because we become so underconfident uh, about learning a new skill that we think we may not finish it. And this is fear of losing focus. What if I stop in between? What if I do not complete what I start? Now, if you start reading some books, I'll tell you, like, for example, I got this book last week and I have decided that I will be reading one book every week. So every Saturday, I'll be bringing in this book. This book is titled 12 Rules for Life. And it has given me 12 good ideas. So what if I develop 12 good ideas every week? In a month, I will have some 50 good ideas. In an year, I will have some 600 good ideas. If I have 600 good ideas all there in the form of books and which I can refer to, I can definitely guarantee my life will change, isn't it? Do you think our life is guided by ideas? If you have good ideas, we have good life.
Yes, sir.
So if you read books, you will overcome fear of failure, you will overcome fear of losing focus, and also fear of unknown. कई बार होता है ना, डर लगता है कि मैं तो भैया कॉमर्स का बच्चा हूँ, मेरे को साइंस कैसे पता लगेगा, या मैं साइंस का हूँ तो अगर इकोनॉमिक्स का कुछ आ गया तो क्या होगा मेरा, या कोई भी उल्टा सीधा कुछ भी आ जाए, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल समथिंग फ्रॉम मेडिकल साइंस, समथिंग फ्रॉम, लेट्स से यू find somebody who is suffering from some disease and you don't know anything about it, right? You think that, oh, how can I do a research on this? I'll have to study a lot. लेकिन आप किसी भी चीज को पढ़ के उसके बारे में जान सकते हो. I can give you one example. So my mother is suffering from a disease called as Huntington chorea. Now in Huntington chorea, your body starts shaking. I did some research and I found that there are some simple ways by which such patients can be treated. There is no medicine for it, but there is some physiotherapy available. So I started her physiotherapy. In 2-3 days, I've started seeing some changes in her movement. She's not able to move, she cannot move out of her bed. But with some small interventions of physiotherapy, I see some changes in her. Now she is developing confidence. जैसे होता है ना, बंदा सारे टाइम लेट रहा रहता है, उसको उठा नहीं पाते, उठ नहीं पाती. But now she is making effort. Her body is becoming a little more flexible, and I can see those changes. So I did a little research to understand. Doctors बोले इसकी कोई दवाई नहीं है, ये तो ऐसी बीमारी है जो हमेशा और ज्यादा खराब होती जाएगी समय के साथ. But when I did some research, I found that there are some ways to treat it. So reading can actually be of great help, isn't it? You can find new solutions to your problems if you are ready to do a little exploration. And since now we are living in a world where everything is available on internet, a little research can give you some good ideas, isn't it? So is it a good idea to develop some reading skills? अगर ये डर हमारे अंदर से खत्म हो जाए कि पढ़ना बड़ा मुश्किल है या फिर पढ़ना बोरिंग है, तो शायद रीडिंग हमारी एक अच्छी हॉबी बन सकती है. And there are other advantages. Have you ever seen a person who is good reader, who likes reading, getting bored? Right? When we are alone, we get bored, right? आप लोग कभी बोर हुए अकेले, जब आप अकेले हैं और बोर हो गए, इसलिए आपको कोई बंदा चाहिए, कोई किसी के साथ, you want to talk to someone and all. What if you have got lots of books as your friends? If books are your friends, you will never get bored, isn't it? They are always available. They don't judge you. Every person in the world judges you, right? But do books judge you? You can either accept what the book is saying or reject it. The book never judges you. कि अरे ये मैं जो बोल रहा है वो सुन नहीं रहा मेरी बात. So reading can be of great help, can actually change your life and can make you a good person, can make you a lot happy than what you are. And apart from that, there are lots of advantages in your academics also. I've seen those who start reading start achieving great results in their whatever 11th, 12th, college and other exams as well, because it is some simple reading skills which can actually bring a huge transformation. So with that introduction, and now since you know the advantages of reading, would you like to learn some techniques? कोई कुछ एक्सरसाइज करके देखें रीडिंग की हम लोग साथ में, कैसा आइडिया है?
Yes, sir.
कुछ करें जरा, मैं आपको एक एक्सरसाइज दूं, आप लोग करोगे? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर कीन टू ट्राई इट? आज जरा रीडिंग से दो हाथ हो ही जाए, जरा थोड़ी कुश्ती करते हैं रीडिंग के साथ. राइट डाउन ट्राई इफ यू वांट टू ट्राई. अरे वाह, बड़ी सारी मेरे को ट्राई ट्राई दिख रहे हैं. अक्षिता एंड कविता, जस्ट 2 people आर सेइंग ट्राई, बाकी सब ने हार मान ली लग रहा है. What about others? How many of you have joined through your laptop so that you can see what is there inside? Chaliye, next time, every Saturday, second and fourth Saturday, we are going to do this workshop. So you can join, but then let's try it, okay? So let's see. Ritu Kumar, how have you joined? Ritu Kapoor? Did you join it using your laptop or your mobile? You can write down mobile or you can tell me. Okay. So I would request, in case you can shift in like next 2-3 minutes on a laptop, it will give all advantage to you and you would be able to do these exercises with us, because reading on a laptop, on a mobile, would be a little difficult. I know for a fact, it will be difficult for you to kind of, you know, move to different portions of the page. Okay, so I'm sharing a link here with you, and I would like you to click on this link, and we are going to do this exercise together. Okay. Okay, please click on this link. It will open a small reading exercise, and we are going to do it together. Okay, all those who have joined now, you can all click on this link. This is the link where I've posted an exercise. You can click on this, and we are going to do this reading part together here. Okay. So let me also click on this so you will be able to see what's there. Yeah. Have you all clicked on the link? Are you all there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just give me 1 minute. I'm trying to clean it away so that all this goes away. Just give me 1 minute, please. Yeah, so this is the link, and we are going to do this exercise together. Now, in many exams like IELTS and TOEFL, and even in your schools also, sometimes you get passages which are out of your current zone of understanding, out of your domain, right? So let me ask you this question. How many of you know about chronobiology? कितने लोगों ने chronobiology के बारे में सुना है? Write down yes or no अगर ये term आपने सुनी हुई है, chronobiology. Akshita says no. Anyone who has heard about chronobiology? No. तो मतलब ये थोड़ा सा challenging तो है. ऐसी चीज है जिसके बारे में हम लोगों ने नहीं सुना. I don't think anybody would have heard about it. Okay. So let me talk about two techniques of reading to begin with. Whenever you get a new topic, something about which you have not heard, the first thing is, don't read too much. Read small amount of information and try to gather ideas from it and answer it. Don't read too much. Like chronobiology is something which is entirely new, right? You don't know about it. You have not heard about it. So the first rule is, don't overload yourself with a lot of information. All right. Read it in pieces. Okay. So what I want you to do is, I want you to read just the first paragraph from this one and try to understand what it's trying to say. We'll discuss only the first 3 lines first, and then we'll go about it. Can you just read first 3 lines? Ayush, can you read them aloud, please? Just give me 1 minute. I'm hearing my mother's voice, so you'll have to excuse me for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so I want you to read the first line, and sometimes, if the topic is entirely new to you, don't overload yourself with a lot of information. Okay, what is the biggest problem with reading? Why is reading so difficult? The biggest problem is we try to overload our mind with information more than what we can handle. So it starts jumping out, right? Usually people read the whole passage and try to understand it. What if I just read small portions of the content and build upon it? It will become easy, right? अंग्रेज लोग हमको सिखा के गए हैं, क्या सिखा के गए हैं? अंग्रेज लोग क्या सिखा के गए हैं? डिवाइड एंड रूल, राइट?
Yes, sir.
तो भैया डिवाइड एंड रूल ना यार, उनकी पॉलिसी उन्हीं पे लगाओ. So don't read the whole stuff in one go. Try to read it in pieces. Once you have understood it, then go to the next thing. ये एक बड़ा चैलेंज है कि हम बहुत सारी चीज एक साथ रीड करने की कोशिश करते हैं. दूसरा बड़ा चैलेंज मालूम है क्या है आप लोगों को? What is the big challenge? Why does it become so difficult to read? That is speed versus precision. हम लोग कई बार इन टेस्ट की जब प्रेपरेशन करते हैं तो बोलते हैं भैया इतना टाइम है इसमें करना है. So what happens? This speed kills us. When we try to do very fast, we miss the point. So what should come first? Should speed come first or precision come first? Should you focus on speed first or precision first? ये बहुत $1,000,000 की चीज है जो मुझे बड़ी देर से समझ में आई थी कि कई बार हम लोग स्पीड के चक्कर में प्रिसिशन को सेक्रीफाइस कर देते हैं, तो ना स्पीड मिलती है ना प्रिसिशन मिलता है. चलिए एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं जल्दी से, ठीक है, उसके बाद इसको करेंगे. सपोज आप लोग कार चलाना सीख रहे हैं. ओके, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो हाउ टू ड्राइव अ कार? राइट डाउन yes in case you know. How many of you drive a car? So I can see Kavita drives a car, Ayush drives a car. Anyone else who knows how to drive a car? Nakshita doesn't drive a car, but a bike or a bicycle, a car, bike or bicycle. अब तो सब लोग का यस आ जाना चाहिए. How many of you ride a bicycle or a bike or a car? So lots of you, right? Remember the first day when you were starting, were you focusing on speed or safety? हमने 60 की स्पीड पे चलाना है पहले दिन, या फिर सेफ्टी की बात कर रहे थे? किसकी बात कर रहे थे? सेफ्टी, राइट? What if you had focused on speed on that day? तो जिंदगी में कार या बाइक चलाने लायक बचते नहीं, isn't it? So when you are starting something, should you focus on speed or precision or safety? Speed should come last, right? आज जब आप लोग गाड़ी चलाते हो कभी स्पीड के बारे में सोचते हो कि मेरे को बहुत फास्ट चलाना है? But then you automatically drive very fast, isn't it?
Yes,
आयुष
sir.
क्या बोलते हो?
Yes, sir.
जैसी सड़क खाली मिली आपकी गाड़ी कब 70 पे पहुंच जाती है आपको भी पता नहीं लगता, isn't it? And you are comfortable with it. Why? ऐसा कैसे हो गया? आपने तो कभी स्पीड की प्रैक्टिस करी ही नहीं, लेकिन फिर भी आप स्पीड से चलाने लग गए. How? So this is what it is. Speed is a result of doing something again and again, isn't it? Do you all agree? We all start slowly, but we eventually become fast. But if we start with the goal of speed, we will not develop speed, we will not develop precision. ना तो हम speed कर पाएंगे ना precision. गाड़ी जब चलाते हैं तो हम कैसे सीखते हैं? We go slowly. Similarly here, start slow and then you will eventually automatically become fast. You wouldn't have to make any efforts there. Okay. So with that, let us just go through this first paragraph. I want you to read it to yourself. फटाफट इस फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ को पढ़ लीजिए. थोड़ा सा एक्सरसाइज करवाएं आपको.
Yes, sir.
Okay, तो जरा सब अलग अलग करते हैं. So let's read the first paragraph from here to here. Just read it. After you finish reading it, I'm going to give me a small gist of it. ये बोल क्या रहा है? और मैं आपको कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें बताने वाला हूँ रीडिंग से रिलेटेड. Just read these 3 lines. When you are done, write down done in the chat box or tell me you are done. Just these 3 lines. So Akshita is done, Kavita is done. What about others? Just 3 lines. Ayush is done. Ritu is done. Okay, so let me ask Ayush. Ayush, can you please tell me what exactly are these lines? What is the writer trying to say here?
Sir, the writer is trying to say that the chronobiology, it is like a science fiction novel, but it is the oldest process of life
Mhm.
which affects flora and fauna. It means it affects the planet or everything around us.
Okay, okay, great. Kavita, can you please tell what is the writer trying to say here?
It's about a science fiction novel.
Mhm,
It's concern of old process of life planet.
mhm.
In short term, they are telling us effect on flora and fauna.
Okay, great. Anyone else? Okay, let me give you some hints. Dekho, this part which is here, from here to here, is extra detail. इसका कोई मतलब नहीं है. So I am just cutting this off. Anything which you find between 2 dashes is actually extra information. Okay. Chronobiology might sound little futuristic, like something from novel. So this is not important. Again, this but is important. It says, यहाँ पर वो U-turn ले रहा है. What is it actually? Field of study that concerns everyone of us. And whatever is said after this colon, can you all note this colon? Do you all see this colon here?
Yes.
Whatever comes after a colon is something which is really important. So chronobiology है क्या? This is what chronobiology is. So out of all these lines, all these words, ये part सबसे important है. Which means it is what? So what is chronobiology? If I ask you now, can you tell me? Akshita is there? Or Harnoor, can you please tell me what is chronobiology now? Harnoor, can you please give me like a small definition? What is it?
So shall I tell?
I'm sorry?
I was saying, so shall I tell? What is chronobiology?
Yeah, so what is chronobiology?
So after reading this, it's a short-term rhythms of times and their effects on flora and fauna.
Great. So can you all see that lot of information which is given in the paragraph is useless? The definition of chronobiology is thus this, that it is short-term rhythms of time and their effect on flora and fauna. Now, when we know this, I would like you to give me an answer to this question. Question number 1. What should be the answer for this one? Is it true? Is it false? Is it not given? Write this down in the chat box. Let me see. Okay. How living things have evolved over time. Is it about evolved over time? All of you write down. Let it be. If it is right, if it is wrong, it doesn't matter. Just write down. Yeah. Try it. Chronobiology is the study. This link is there with you all. So you can open your link also in case you want to scroll up and see the content once again. So this is what it said, right? Short-term rhythms of time there and their effect on flora and fauna. So if that is what it is, what should be the answer to this one? Harnoor says true. Is it related to evolution? Okay, let me give you a little hint here. Evolved over time. Over time means over short time or over long time? How living things have evolved over time. So when it says over time, does it
Long
mean
period of
short
time.
time or
Long
Long
period of
time.
lot of time, right?
yes.
And what does the definition say? How living things have evolved? Is it short term rhythm or long term?
Short term.
So क्या होना चाहिए इसका answer? Is it true or false? What should be the answer
False,
for this
sir.
one?
False.
It is false. Yeah, you got it. So the answer for this one is false. So, small words can make a huge difference to the overall answer, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the next one then. We'll do 2 or 3 questions here. Okay, now this is one big hint. You don't have to read the whole stuff and understand everything which is there in the passage. You can read small ideas or small paragraphs at a time and answer questions. Okay, now since you are supposed to answer question number 2, you can read the next paragraph and answer it. Okay, so before going to question 2, I'll read the next paragraph. Okay, I want you to read this portion now, these 5 lines. Have you read these 4-5 lines? Yeah, once you're done, just write down done, right? These 5 lines, that's it. Good, Akshita. Ayush, great. Kavita, great. These 5 lines, okay? This, you'll have to excuse me for 1 minute. By the time you can read this, my mother is calling. I told my mother is not well, so I'll come in another 10, maybe 2 minutes. Story going on here in the second paragraph. Can you tell me what is the story going on here?
So they are talking about the influence on the creatures,
Mhm.
firstly, and also other creatures like humans and animals.
Yes, great. एक चीज और याद रख सकते हैं आप लोग, और इससे आपको बहुत हेल्प होने वाली है. जब कभी कोई अपनी बात बोलता है, चाहे लिखकर बोलता है चाहे बोलकर बोलता है, वो ये स्ट्रक्चर फॉलो करता है. पॉइंट, एग्जाम्पल एंड एक्सप्लेनेशन. So whenever somebody speaks, he will start with a point. So can you see that here they made a point about what chronobiology is all about. So the first paragraph was pretty much about making a point or talking about a phenomenon, right? Now what is this paragraph? Aren't these examples?
Yes, sir.
Right? So whenever there is a point, after that there will be examples. They have given examples of how different types of creatures behave in different environments, right? On earth, in water, in air. Okay. So this is what it is. It talks about marine life also, and it talks how it gets affected by the tidal patterns. Okay. So let me go to the second question. How many of you have opened the questions in your computers?
Yes, sir.
You have opened it? Can
Yeah.
you answer question number 2 based on this? Let me see how many of you give the answers.
It is true.
So the answer for this one is true. Because rise and fall of sea levels affect how sea creatures behave, isn't it? Where is it written? How many of you got true? अच्छा जल्दी कर गया मैं थोड़ा सा ये. कितने लोग बोलते हैं true है भाई?
The I say it's true.
You also said true. Okay. Anyone else? By the way, let me know how many of you have opened this test paper in your computers. Write down me here. Me, M-E, me. If you have opened this link. So Ayush has opened it. Akshita has opened it. Harnoor has opened it. Anyone else? 3 of you? What about others? Okay, they are using a laptop. They are using a mobile. Okay, Ritu has opened it. So 4, 5 of you can do this exercise. All right. 2 of you probably have joined using a mobile, so you would not be able to access it. Anyways, the point is this. भाई देखो ये बहुत ही simple technique है जिसे आप लोगों को ध्यान रखना है. क्या टेक्निक है? हमेशा छोटा पढ़ो. Don't read the whole stuff. Okay. Especially if you are doing some kind of test like this, जैसे नॉवल वगैरह पढ़ रहे हो तब तो आप मजे के लिए पढ़ते हो. Then you can read. और अगर कुछ चीज आपने छोड़ भी दिया तो चल सकता है, right? लेकिन अगर आप कोई टेस्ट के लिए पढ़ रहे हो तो ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जुगाड़ है. क्या जुगाड़ है? पहले कुछ क्वेश्चंस का आंसर पहले कुछ पैराग्राफ्स में होगा एंड लास्ट के कुछ क्वेश्चंस का आंसर लास्ट के पैराग्राफ्स में होगा, विच मींस यू डोंट हैव टू रीड द होल पैसेज. You can read portions of it and answer questions, right? So we have done first 2 questions. I would like you to do. अच्छा, इतना हमने पढ़ा है. Can there be some questions here also based on what we read? Oh, there are quite a lot of true false not given questions itself. Okay. So yeah, we have done first 2. Now third question. अब ये थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन है और ये उन लोगों के लिए है खासकर जिन लोगों ने कंप्यूटर से ज्वाइन किया है. मैं आप लोगों को कुछ 3 मिनट दे रहा हूं जिसमें आपको थर्ड क्वेश्चन का बड़े अच्छे से रिसर्च करना है और आंसर देना है. एक हिंट दे रहा हूं मैं आपको कि इसका भी आंसर सेकंड पैराग्राफ में ही है, लेकिन बहुत ध्यान से करना ये वाला सवाल. ये तीसरा जो सवाल है, इट इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन. Okay, how many of you are ready to do this? Take the challenge. Okay, 3 minutes in which I want you to answer question number 3. Let me see how you do it. 42 by 45. I want you to be ready with the answer for this one, and we are going to discuss it. Okay. Me see what is your answer for this question. I see 6 of you have answered it. Done. Kavita is saying true. Most animals are active during the daytime. This is the question. अब देखो भैया ये है क्वेश्चन घुमाने वाला. Can you all hear me? Write down your answers once again. Ayush has written not given. Akshita has written true. Kavita has written yes. Okay, Akshita जरा मुझे समझाओगे ट्रू क्यों लिखा है आपने? हरनूर ने भी ट्रू लिखा
Yes,
है.
sir.
या प्लीज गो अहेड.
सर बिकॉज जो सेकंड पैराग्राफ था उसमें एक लाइन थी नॉकटर्नल, वो सही सर, न्यूमरस
चलो
क्रिएचर्स.
मैं हाँ शाबाश शाबाश.
ये जो लाइन थी न्यूमरस क्रिएचर्स
हम्म
ह्यूमंस इंक्लूडेड, तो इसमें
हम्म
पहले ही दे दिया था ह्यूमंस इंक्लूडेड, यानी कि
हम्म
यहाँ पे ह्यूमंस की बात नहीं की जा रही, ह्यूमंस को इसमें इंक्लूड किया गया है.
हाँ
तो यानी कि जो सेकंड ऑफ ऑल हमारे इसमें क्रिएचर्स है, लिविंग क्रिएचर्स, वो
हम्म
होगा या तो ह्यूमंस या तो
हाँ
एनिमल्स और इंसेक्ट्स. और यहाँ पे अगर ह्यूमंस को ऑलरेडी लिख दिया है इंक्लूडेड वर्ड यूज करके, तो
हम्म
यानी कि यहाँ पे बेसिकली बात की जा रही है एनिमल्स एंड इंसेक्ट्स की.
ओके ओके. तो एक चीज मैं आपसे बोलना चाहता हूँ और ये पूछना चाहता हूँ, ये व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड न्यूमरस? न्यूमरस के सिनोनिम्स बताएंगे आप लोग मुझे? व्हाट आर द सिनोनिम्स?
वेरियस,
वेरियस और मेनी, वेरियस, a number of, isn't it? So I would like you to keep yourselves on mute in case you are not,
யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தது.
not
நீ
speaking.
ஏன் அப்படி யூஸ் பண்ண கூடாது? யூஸ் பண்ணவங்க யூஸ்.
So fine. Kavita, there was some background news, background voice from your side, so I've kept you on mute. So numerous means many or various or a number of, right? This is the meaning of numerous. Do you all agree? Okay.
Yes.
What is the meaning of the word most? Is numerous and most the same? So most matlab out of 100, at least 51, right? Then only I can say most. Out
Yes.
of 10, at least 6, right? So if this is my pie chart, this can be numerous, right? थोड़ा सा भी अगर है ये तो I can call this as numerous. But if something has to be most, then it should be bigger than 50%, right? Let me just call this as larger than 50%. So this portion can be called as most because it is bigger than 50%. What I'm trying to say is this: most and numerous can be different also, right? हर कंडीशन में most और numerous एक से हो ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. Do you agree? Numerous मतलब 10 में से 4 भी numerous हो सकते हैं, right? Let's say if I say numerous people study IELTS with me, तो 10 अगर 1000 लोग हैं तो उसमें से लेट्स से 20 लोग आइल्स मेरे साथ पढ़ते हैं, तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि न्यूमरस पीपल स्टडी आइल्स फ्रॉम मी, राइट। लेकिन अगर मुझे मोस्ट बोलना है तो क्या होना चाहिए? अगर मैं बोलना चाहता हूं मोस्ट पीपल स्टडी आइल्स फ्रॉम मी, तो क्या होना चाहिए? एटलीस्ट 501 लोग होने चाहिए, राइट। 1000 के 50% से थोड़ा सा ज्यादा, देन ओनली आई कैन से मोस्ट। एम आई राइट? सो मोस्ट मीन्स द लार्जर हिस्सा, द लार्जर पोर्शन, राइट। न्यूमरस मतलब 2 से ज्यादा हो गए तो भी न्यूमरस हो जाएगा। सो न्यूमरस एंड मोस्ट आर नॉट द सेम। डू यू एग्री अक्षिता that
Yes,
numerous
sir.
and most are not the same, they are different, right? अब मेरा आपसे सवाल ये है, क्या न्यूमरस और मोस्ट सेम भी हो सकता है? अगर यहाँ पर सपोज 50% से ज्यादा है, क्या मैं इसको न्यूमरस भी बोल सकता हूँ?
Yes, sir.
I can say numerous also, right? So numerous can be more than 50%, can be less than 50%. Both are possible, right? I can say numerous मतलब कितने भी हो सकते हैं, but most is always more than 50%. अब देखो इन्होंने ना इन 2 शब्दों में यहाँ पे आपको घुमा दिया। यहाँ पे उसने बोल दिया न्यूमरस, और क्वेश्चन में भाई साहब ने डाल दिया वर्ड मोस्ट। मोस्ट एनिमल्स आर एक्टिव ड्यूरिंग डे टाइम। इन द पैसेज दे हैव रिटन व्हाट? Akshita, what is written in the passage?
Numerous, sir.
Numerous. And here they are using the word most. So what should be your answer now? If you want to change it, think fresh. If you want to change your answers. Tell me what is your answer for question number 3 now. I saw many of you wrote true, but now what is your answer? Akshita says not given. Akshita, why not given, by the way? Why should it not be false?
Because as he explained that numerous can be most and cannot be most. That's why it's not given. Because the word is
Fantastic. I'm
numerous.
so happy with your answer. You are absolutely right. So it can be true, it can be false. Both of them can be right or wrong. But not given is like, I don't know. The evidence is not 100%. You got it. Do you all agree that the answer is not given for this?
Yes, sir.
And what is the definition of not given?
So which is not specific in the paragraph.
Absolutely, which is not specific in the paragraph. It can go both sides. It can be true, it can be false. So if you
Yes.
cannot decide between the two, you will say not given. You are not equipped with enough evidence to take one side. Is it interesting
Yes, sir.
how
Yes,
the definition of one word can change the meaning of the whole sentence? And that's what is tested in these tests, apart from reading. I mean, what I discussed was about reading, but then in these tests, you have to be very careful about these small words. So reading makes you very keen observer, isn't it? आप थोड़े से जासूस जैसे बन जाते हो. So your sense, your perception improves and it sharpens if you are into reading, isn't it? You can then analyze words and find out what would be the right one. Okay, what about question number 4? Let me put this also as a quiz. I'm not going to answer it. I want you to do a little research and answer this question. Circadian rhythms identify how we do different things on different days. Now see, the word here is circadian rhythms. So you can read the next paragraph. Probably there, you'll find the word circadian rhythms and you can answer it. So let's do it together. Okay, I'll take you there because I know a few of you are using a mobile, so probably scrolling would be an issue. But then circadian rhythms identify how we do different things on different days. ये कोई term है circadian rhythm which tells हम अलग-अलग दिन में अलग-अलग चीजें कैसे करते हैं. Now, if I ask you to read this paragraph, yeah, when it comes to humans, this one, I'll clean this whole stuff first. So yeah, this part, when it comes to humans, here they talk about it. Circadian rhythms identify how we do different things on different days. So I'll write this here and You can tell me whether it is correct or incorrect. This paragraph. Circadian rhythm. This is circadian rhythm, okay? Yeah, somebody wrote an answer. Ritu says, amazing twist. What's the amazing twist, Ritu? You can unmute and speak. I'm keen to know which amazing twist are you talking about? In previous answer, yeah, it is. In this one also, you'll find it. Okay, first of all, I would like you to read this portion and tell me what exactly does it mean. ये बोलना क्या चाहता है भाई हमारा? ये क्या बोल रहा है? कोई मुझे बताएगा थोड़ा हिंदी में, मतलब बेसिक, जैसे जिससे कि मेरे जैसा डम इंसान भी समझ जाए बोल क्या रहा है, मोटा मोटा. Okay, Akshita, go ahead. If you can tell me, yeah. What
अगर
is it?
नॉर्मल शब्दों में कहा जाए तो ये बस ये बताना चाह रहे हैं कि ये रिदम्स होती क्या है एंड उसी की एक्सप्लेनेशन दी हुई है. ये पूरा पैराग्राफ एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है कि ये रिदम्स है क्या एंड व्हाट आर नाइट रिदम्स एंड नाइट पीपल.
Exactly. तो ये रिदम्स हैं क्या अगर बोलें तो, जैसे बोलता है कि complete cycle our bodies are naturally geared to undergo within the passage of 24-hour day. 24 घंटे में हमारे बॉडी में जो चेंजेस होते हैं, डाइजेशन होता है, सोते हैं, जागते हैं, तो बॉडी में अपने आप कुछ साइकिल्स चल रहे होते हैं, है ना? बॉडी खुद ही कुछ ना कुछ रेगुलेट कर रही होती है, आपको नहीं बोलना पड़ता किडनी बेटा जरा मेरे बेटे को पेट को साफ कर दे, या लिवर ऐसा कर, या हार्ट तू बेटा आज पंप करते रहना. सो यू डोंट हैव टू टेल इट, राइट? इट इज समथिंग विच इज हैपनिंग ऑल बाय इटसेल्फ, ऑटोमेटेड मोड में चल रहा है. हम क्लास ले रहे हैं मजे में और अंदर ऑर्गन्स अपने काम किए जा रहे हैं, isn't it? You don't have to regulate it, you don't have to control it, so it is something natural. Whereas this statement is saying circadian rhythm identifies how we do different things on different days. Is that what circadian rhythm is? Is there this word circadian rhythm? Yeah, here it is. Have they defined circadian rhythm? Yeah, so it is it. I think now you can answer it. You can tell me what is the answer. So Akshita says false. Do you agree it is false? So circadian rhythm identifies how we do different things on different days. Is this true based on this passage, this paragraph? आयुष क्या बोलते हो?
Sir, actually, they are not talking about what we do on different days.
Yeah,
Just talking about a cycle of one day.
exactly. So this has to be false, right?
Sir, it can also be not given.
अच्छा, not given का मतलब क्या होता है?
सर जब मतलब उससे रिलेटेड कोई चीज हो लेकिन एग्जैक्ट वर्ड्स में ना हो या फिर एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग ना बन रहा उसका कंप्लीट.
सिंपल सा डेफिनेशन अगर नॉट गिवन का बोलो तो भैया मुझे नहीं मालूम. आई डोंट हैव इनफ एविडेंस टू से यस और नो.
यस.
ठीक है, मैं बोलूं मैं सुबह मैंने पोहे खाए, तो आप क्या बोलोगे? मैंने पोहे खाए, आप क्या बोलोगे? तुमने देखा मैंने क्या खाया?
हाँ
नहीं
नहीं.
बोलोगे आई डोंट नो.
आई डोंट नो.
मैं बोलूं मेरे घर के बाहर बारिश हो रही है, बोलो ट्रू फॉल्स या नॉट गिवन?
नॉट गिवन. आई डोंट नो.
Not given. So not given means what? When the evidence is not sufficient
Yes.
to take a side, it is not given. अब यहाँ पे circadian rhythm के बारे में आपको पता है या नहीं पता है?
Yes, sir. बताया.
बहुत क्लियरली पता है भैया, ये तो 24 घंटे में होता है, और
Yes.
ये तो साफ साफ झूठ नहीं बोल रहा है.
Yes, sir.
Different things on different days. It is not about different days. It's about 24 hours of one day. तो जब
Yeah.
बिल्कुल क्लियर हमें पता है, so when you know something, you can say yes or no about it. Like if I say today is Sunday, what will you say?
It's true.
हाँ, संडे कहाँ है भैया, आज तो सैटरडे है.
Yes, sir. If it is Sunday,
फॉल्स.
it is true. Yes, sir.
अभी तो बोलोगे फॉल्स, क्यों?
Yes, sir. Because it is Saturday.
कैलेंडर में दिख रहा है आज सैटरडे है भाई. So when
Yes.
you know the truth, you can call the wrong statement as false, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
here you know what is the right thing.
Yeah, it's false.
Yeah, so with full energy you can say false. With full confidence you can say false. Right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So the answer to this one is false. And this is what it is. See, small differences. True, false, not given. Sometimes we consider not given as false or false as not given. Now you're very clear. Do I have an evidence of the right thing? If you have an evidence for right thing, then you can say either true or false. If you are not having 100% evidence, then you will say not given. चलो एक एग्जांपल करें जल्दी से.
Yes, sir.
आज होली का दिन है, ठीक है, मेरे हाथ लाल हैं और बगल में किसी का मर्डर हो गया है, लेकिन आज होली का दिन है और मेरे हाथ लाल हैं. ठीक, बगल
Yes.
में किसी का मर्डर हो गया है, पुलिस आती है और मेरे से बोलती है तुमने मर्डर किया है क्योंकि तुम्हारे हाथ लाल है. तो क्या बोलोगे, ट्रू, फॉल्स या नॉट गिवन? मैंने मर्डर किया है नहीं किया है?
Sir, it will be not given.
भाई मेरे हाथ
Not
लाल हैं,
given,
लेकिन
sir.
पर मेरे हाथ तो लाल हैं.
Sir, पर वो एविडेंस नहीं है ना कि
मर्डर हुआ है और वो खून से ही है. चलो ठीक है, नॉट गिवन मान लिया. थोड़ा सा और इसको इंटरेस्टिंग बनाते हैं. आज होली का दिन है, मेरे हाथ लाल हैं और मेरे हाथ में एक बड़ा सा चाकू है और चाकू भी लाल है, ठीक है,
yes, then it's true.
और बगल में किसी का मर्डर हुआ है. तो क्या बोलोगे, मर्डर मैंने किया है? ट्रू, फॉल्स, नॉट गिवन?
True, sir.
Still not given, cause
स्टिल नॉट
होली का
गिवन
दिन
भाई. मैं कोई वहां थोड़ी ना, पड़ोस में मर्डर हुआ है, और चाकू लाल तो गुलाल से भी हो सकता है.
Yes.
और आज होली का दिन है, किसी ने कलर डाल दिया होगा,
Yes.
right? So unless the evidence is 100%, you cannot say true or false. Okay. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay, let's do one more question and we'll call it a day. My whole purpose is to make sure that you start liking reading. Reading is not that difficult, but there are some simple techniques. चलो जरा techniques की summary करते हैं. क्या क्या सीखा हमने? आज के बाद अगर आप अपनी रीडिंग में कुछ चेंज लाना चाहोगे तो क्या करोगे? How will you, what difference would be there in your reading style from today onwards? If I have to tell you one thing, I would say this: don't focus on speed. Let the speed develop, isn't it? There are people who read very fast, but don't compare your reading speed with them. You focus on your speed, because speed is a result of doing something again and again, right? That's fun. What's number 2? If you get a new topic, do not read the whole thing in one go. Eat it in pieces, right? Will that make a lot of difference? So don't read the whole stuff in one go. Read it in portions. What is the third thing that you learned today? In most of the tests, and I can tell you this because I've seen other tests also, in 90% of the tests, the questions are in sequence, which means you don't have to read the whole stuff to answer questions. You can read one paragraph at a time and answer 1 or 2 questions. Then read another paragraph, answer 1 or 2 questions. Then read another paragraph, answer 1 or 2 questions. Like this, you can go about it, right? That's the third thing. Fourth thing, one word can change the meaning of the entire sentence. Like the difference between most and numerous, you saw that today, right? There are words which look similar, but they are not, they are not similar. They do not have exactly same meaning, right? So those are some basic things. And yeah, please keep yourselves on mute. Yeah, so that's fine. So these are some important things that we learned. You have got this test there with you. The moment you do all the questions and click at submit, you'll get answers and explanations to these questions as well. So in case you want to, you can continue with it, do the whole test, do the portions of it. See the explanations for each of the questions, and we'll take it forward from there. All right. Any questions you have for me for today's session? What are the things you learned? What did you like about it? Let me ask this from you. Akshita, what did you learn?
So different ways of reading and how to improve your reading.
Yes, yes. Anything else? Anything that you want to share? Anything that you learned? I think pretty much we summed up all the things that we did. Yeah, quality reading. And to tell you, who was that? Ayush. You don't have to read newspapers and don't have to read all stuff from different domains. It can help. But I think the most important thing that will help you is doing these kind of simple exercises and doing them again and again. When you do these exercises, you will have the right mindset to approach them.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Ayush?
Yes, sir.
All right. All the best to you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.